This week, we actually had a journey together, searching for something that everyone wants, but not everyone understands how to get to: true happiness. Now, we discovered something powerful. The happiness is something that you actually build, not something you stumble upon. So we actually took a look and we saw that happiness grows when your life has meaning and purpose. We also discovered that happiness becomes stable in your life when you focus your journey on yourself and not comparing yourself to other people. We also realized that you can deepen your happiness when you rely on your internal validations and not external applause coming from different persons. You can strengthen what your happiness is all about by building internal anchors for yourself. And then you become more consistent with happiness when you practice gratitude every day. Finding that thing, that's one tiny little positive thing that is positive in your day, no matter how bad it is, and being grateful for it. And you can also expand your happiness when you stop chasing personal results and begin to serve others and contribute to the happiness of others. The reason is because when your life becomes useful to others, it would actually become meaningful to you. But there is something that many people are still struggling with. And they are struggling not because they are doing anything wrong. They are getting everything right. But their minds are still not at rest. Why? Because happiness is not only about what you build. Happiness is also about what you release from your life. And that brings us to the topic for today: the art of presence and letting go. Now, a lot of persons are stuck in different timelines. What do I mean? Many people are physically present but mentally absent. Why? Because they are trapped in different timelines. The first timeline that a lot of persons are trapped in is their past. And with the past, you always live with regrets and with resentment. Some people constantly are replaying the things that happened in their yesterday, what they should have done, what they did to them, and how things went wrong around their lives. So that even when today is now peaceful, they are still having the pains of yesterday. Why? Because their focus has remained on yesterday. Now, the next one is that a lot of persons are stuck in their future. Why? Because they don't know what the future holds. So they are stuck with anxiety and with fear. They are actually asking themselves, what if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if things go wrong? So that even when nothing is wrong today, they are already worried that something could actually go wrong in the next minute. And what this does is that it deprives them of the present. Why? Because they totally ignore the present, they neglect it, and don't take out everything that it has. And the truth is that it is the present that has all the happiness that you're looking for, not your past and not your future. Your present is where all the happiness is embedded. That is why you need to practice letting go. Why does it matter for you to let go? The reason it matters is because you cannot carry everything and still want to feel light. And the truth is that if you don't feel light, you can't be happy. What are those things that you need to drop so you can feel light? You need to drop grudges that block your peace. Because holding on to hurts may seem justified, but it is very heavy for you to handle. For example, something happened to you many years ago. You were abused. You were deprived of something, and you're still holding on to it. Some people go as far as journaling it, writing those things down and remembering it, going back to read it over and over again to relieve the pains that they felt from the hurt. And that gives them a lot of emotional weight that they live with till today. Even though the people who wronged them have moved on, they are still carrying the weight. The second thing you need to let go in order to feel light and feel happy is the fear that blocks the present and doesn't allow you to actually take up all that the present time has for you. Fear is something that keeps your mind in the future. So at every point you're asking yourself questions about the future. Even when you're having a good time today, you always remind yourself that, hey, something can actually go wrong in the next minute. So because of that, you don't enjoy today. Can I tell you something? Letting go is not weakness. Letting go is freedom. And this freedom is you choosing peace over prolonged pain. So you now ask me, what does it really mean for you to live in the present? It simply means returning your mind to now, not tomorrow and not yesterday, now. A lot of persons are stuck in the past because they tell themselves, I don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past. They tell themselves that if I forget the past, that means tomorrow might repeat what happened in the past. Others are stuck in the future because they were enjoying today, and then all of a sudden something went bad, and they believe they weren't prepared enough for what went bad. So because of that, they are now living more cautiously and telling themselves that this enjoyment I'm having today could actually change tomorrow. So I need to be anxious. Subconsciously, they tell themselves that. But what you need to do today is that you need to pause and reflect. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, what am I holding on to? It could be a mistake you made in the past. It could be a disappointment. You got into a relationship and the person disappointed you. It could be that you made a mistake and actually got into one major trouble that has set your life back by many years, right? You should ask yourself, what is that thing that someone did to me yesterday that I'm still holding on to? The second question you must ask yourself is, what am I afraid of? Because fear is one thing that cripples people. Is it the failure that hasn't happened? Is it the uncertainty that will exist in the future? Or is it something that something that people will say when you get into that thing that will make you happy? The next question you ask yourself is, what can I release today? Not everything at once, because most people will say, oh, I've heard this, so I'm just going to let go of everything at once. And then their brain comes fighting. Why? Because their brain is trying to protect them from making the same mistakes they made in the past. So you don't need to release everything at once. Just release something one at a time, because sometimes the peace that you're looking for doesn't come by you adding more things into your life. It comes by you removing the weight that you are carrying, that thing that is weighing you down. So let's bring everything together. True happiness is not just built through purpose or growth or contributing to other people's lives or gratitude. It is also protected by you living in the present and you releasing the things that are weighing you down, and also practicing emotional freedom. Because you can have a meaningful life, yes. You can have a growing journey, yes. You can actually have a very strong internal anchor. But when your mind is stuck in the past, or you're anxious about the future, you will realize that you will keep struggling with happiness and remaining happy in your life. Why? Because happiness lives in the present, and the present is always available to you. But that will only happen when you let go of those things that are pulling you away from the present. So here is something that is simple but yet very powerful. Before you go to bed tonight, take a quiet moment and ask yourself, what am I holding on to that I need to release? And then make a decision. Not to release everything at once, but a real decision telling yourself, I will release that grudge one at a time. I will release that regret one at a time. I will release this fear one at a time. Even if it is to do one and then get full relief from it before you get to another one, it's a good way to start, because your peace is not in the past. Your peace is not in the future. Your peace is here right now. It is waiting for you in the present. So let this stay with you. You cannot experience true happiness if your mind is trapped in yesterday or worried about tomorrow. So come back to now. Breathe here. Live here. Grow here. Because this moment is where happiness actually exists. This has been Ace with Okwi the Wealth Maestro. Join me on all social media platforms at Okwi W Maestro, and let us connect together. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe share a life experience with me, because all we want to do is to achieve clear excellence for ourselves. Do enjoy the rest of your day.